Yeah, I know what you mean.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Do we want to talk? Do you want to talk about that Mandalorian episode now?
Spoiler review?
Oh, I better log off. I haven't seen it yet.
I'm in the process of watching it.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe we'll wait till later then.
All right, we'll wait.
We'll wait till later and then we'll let you guys know.
Well, I have to check out in 5 minutes anyway, so
it's a little longer than the first episode.
That's all right.
It's about 42 minutes.
Yeah.
Well, we could cover this topic before you go, which I'm very passionate about. I'm actually kind of angry.
The mailbag?
No. We'll cover this before Crazy Joe leaves. Hold on, I gotta. Sorry. Okay,
wow.
Let me bring it up here.
Amazing.
Click the damn wrong button.
All right. Mission Impossible.
I love all the friends. I love the Mission.
I don't think Tom Cruise deserves this at all. I'm really annoyed with the studio in interfering with us. Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1 test audience has an insane reaction, while the studio says it's too long. I don't think they should mess with the vision of this film at all if they're gonna cut stuff out just because they're worried about the length, as long as it's quality.
And then
doesn't this man deserve to just release a film as is after Top Gun Maverick? Stop messing with this. I'm very passionate about this. I am so sick of it has to be a shorter length. If it's quality, leave it as is.
Wait. It's part 1?
Yes, part 1.
Well, part 1. Shouldn't it be long anyway?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It should be long. It's the
If it's part 1, and then the part 2 is just as long.
Yeah, well, let's get to Brian and then Crazy Joe. What do you think of this? Potentially, it sounds like that the studio might try to interfere with the length of this project, even though the test audience reaction was insane. Crazy Joe, what do you think?
Good insane or bad insane? Did the test audience like it?
Good insane.
That's what I'm guessing. Let me
go down.
I mean, I'm a firm believer that a movie should only be as long as the plot necessitates. If you make it long for the sake of being long, then it's going to be boring. My perfect example is King Kong. King Kong is a 90-minute story, and the original movie told 90 minutes to tell that 90-minute story, and then Peter Jackson remade it, and it was still 90 minutes of story, but he took 3 hours to tell it. It was boring as hell.
Yeah.
So
Peter Jackson makes long movies.
Mind you, that movie is like shot for shot remake.
Well, let's get to the quote here. Well, audience reactions to the film have been overwhelmingly positive, so it's insanely positive. Paramount feels the movie still needs to be shorter. I haven't seen all of MI7, but I've seen a bunch of it, Bakish said. I don't even know who that is. We actually just did the first test screening for the audience last week, and the audience lost their mind. And it's still too long. They've got to cut it, but the movie is insane. It's like a complete thrill ride. And Tom, he's very good. So insanely positive is what we're getting from it.
It's good.
So the previous chapter of the Mission Impossible saga, Mission Impossible clocks at 1 hour 47 minutes, making it the longest film in the franchise. It makes you wonder how long Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1 is if executives are concerned about the sequel's length. Mission Impossible is one of the few franchises that could be as long as it pleases without fan complaints, but perhaps I'm mistaken. Is there a limit to how many cruise-related shenanigans audiences can handle during one sitting? Would you sit through a Mission Impossible movie that lasts over 3 hours?
I'm sorry, but if John Wick is...
Let's answer that question.
If John Wick is 2 hours and 50 minutes, the new one, 4, then sure, this first part of Mission Impossible can be 3 hours or 2 hours and 50, whatever.
To be fair, I lost where I stopped watching Mission Impossible, but it's not because I didn't like it. It's because I forgot where I was, like which one, and I didn't want to rewatch
I think audiences could stay for 3 hour movies if the movie is not boring. Like
if it's a good movie.
Yeah.
Look at the Batman.
Mm.
It was 3 hours and people staying and made money.
They
The new
could
John
cut
Wick.
out
The
Not
new
like
right.
John
half
Wick.
an
Because
hour.
a little short the Batman.
But,
They
you
probably
know.
could have cut
Yeah,
it
I
shorter.
mean, the Batman should have been
Little bit.
shorter. Yes. I mean, look, the new John Wick is 2 hours and 49 minutes. Almost
Still a
50
great
minutes.
movie, but it could have been
So,
short.
like,
It's
You
really
know,
hard to say without seeing the
sometimes.
movie. I've sat through 3-hour movies that kept me riveted and been bored to tears in 90-minute movies. It really just depends
Yeah,
on the movie.
you're right. You're right.
Yeah.
oh, I mean, we
Oh,
did saw
do
the
you,
trailer
do you know
for
how long like the
this one. It
Return
was
of the
good.
Jedi? No, Return of the King is the
Mhm.
director's cut.
Yes.
Well, that's because Peter Jackson loved making love movies. We know who Peter Jackson is. He liked that.
Anthony says Avatar 2, the Batman could have come. Well, tell that to the box office for
Tell that
both.
to James Cameron, who will smack the shit out of you.
Yeah, James Cameron's not cutting
Yeah,
anything.
James Cameron does not play around. He will leave you. He said one thing about you leave a studio note. He's like, nope, I'm not doing that. Leave.
Mhm.
So like,
Well, would you sit through an over 3 hour part one movie?
yes,
Crazy Joe. If it is also the finale to the series, that's
Well,
another thing.
Well, I am going to sit through this movie.
Yeah.
No matter what, because I've
I-
liked. I mean, I hated the first two, but I've liked every Mission Impossible movie from 3 on.
Mhm.
And I think from 3 on, they just get better and better. 3 was great,
Mhm.
4 was better, 5 was better.
It surpassed James Bond for me.
Yeah,
Oh,
I mean,
wow.
And he does all his stunts.
Apparently, Terry Egerton knows who the next James Bond is.
Oh. What do you
That's
think,
impressive.
Brian? Would you sit through an over 3 hour movie of Mission Impossible?
I've never watched a single Mission Impossible movie.
holy Jesus Christ!
Holy-
Wow.
I heard a rumor
no
that
nerd
was just
shaming
He's a James
here.
Bond
No
guy.
nerd
Okay.
shaming here. No nerd card
Yeah,
provoking.
That's
I like
not
James
nerd
Bond,
shaming.
I'm sorry.
I understand that.
He's
I
a
mean,
dude.
exactly, that's true.
Mhm.
James Bond is better in my opinion.
Oh wait, no.
Of course. Yeah.
Well, but how can
Right.
you say? How can you
Yeah.
say it's better than the thing you haven't seen?
In my
I mean,
opinion.
Well, I
That's
know,
why-
but don't
I
you
don't
need?
like Tom Cruise.
Okay, well,
something
that's
that
fair.
You need to know about
That's
me
fair.
on this panel.
That's fair. That is fair, though. That is fair. Yes, that is fair.
Okay.
I mean,
What do-
listen. I mean,
what do you
it's
think
a
about-
part one? It's
Yeah,
a
go
part
ahead.
one of the movie, and then we get in part two next year, in 2024. So
What do you?
just let
what-
it be long.
Yeah. Well, Brian, what do you think about the studio interfering in the length of the movie? That they think it needs to be shorter. Do you think that's bullshit, or do you not
I
care?
don't care.
Okay.
I mean, make a movie. Don't make a movie. It don't matter.
Okay.
I mean, sometimes the studio does need to step in. Like, we haven't seen this movie. I mean, if the movie's great, the movie's great. Don't touch it. But sometimes the studio does need, like Michael Bay. I think every Michael Bay movie is about a half hour too long.
Well, that's Michael Bay because he thinks he Michael Bay.
Do you know the studio interfered with the Planet of the Apes, and ever since those movies are like masterpieces.
But if you tell him about Matt Reeves ones, those are
All of them.
amazing.
Okay.
That
Yeah,
whole Statue of
Mark
Liberty
Wahlberg was
scene
not-
at the end was a studio note.
Mm.
That's
And
one of the
then-
greatest endings in movie history.
I mean, you get it in continuation of the Apes movies.
Yeah, we are.
We'll pass as Caesar.
All right. Let's get to the mailbag, and then I'll do other topics later. And then Crazy Joe, I know you said you might have to head out. So
Yeah, I'm actually going to take off, but
Okay.
you and I got to connect though, Max. We got
Sure.
talk one of these nights. Sorry,
Yeah,
I was away.
No problem. I hope you had a great time, man.
Oh yeah, it was a good time.
Yeah.
I have stories to last for days. So.
Oh, that's awesome, man.
All right,
Enjoy your
everyone.
night.